Yo, what up? It's NASAAN. I just skipped class with the progress report. Backpack ready.
The progress report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lalaa Shepard. This is a new episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report, and I got NASAAN in the building.
What's going on?
Hey, man.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. I got to salute to Cannon for always keeping the culture connected, so that's big, man, and I appreciate you for being here.
I appreciate you for having me. Thank you again.
Absolutely, man. Well, my first thing, man, we got to get into this GOATed. Because, you know, the NBA playoffs is currently going on.
Yeah.
And your record got played during this, playoffs.
Yeah, they picked it to run throughout the playoffs, I think, into the finals. Yep.
That's
so
hard.
Yeah, man. Hard work. Yeah.
Do you watch basketball like for fun or no?
It depends who watching. If ESPN and them are watching, I watch basketball, but I don't really watch basketball. Yeah.
So you don't really care either way. I was gonna ask you
yeah.
what you going for because y'all not in it anymore.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word. Well, that's what's up, man. In the record GOATed, man, you said that you really caught COVID. So did you catch COVID? How was your experience?
Yeah. I call that shit like, oh, can I curse? Don't curse.
You can curse.
Oh yeah. I caught it like twice, being a dumbass. Like man, Atlanta was wild. So like everybody was just outside. I think it was like go skate day. Me and my friends, we skate. I went outside, million niggas. Somebody probably coughed on me. You know what I'm saying? It was sick, like down bad for a good 2 weeks. Like I didn't know I had it till like I bit a burger with like 15 onions on it. Couldn't taste it. I was like, I was like, what's going on? So COVID had me down bad for sure.
Man, I caught COVID one time. I've never felt that sick in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Different.
The chills and
I don't wish that on nobody.
Man.
Now, GOATed. What does that song mean to you?
To me, that song is about just like knowing I'm the chosen one, knowing that everything is meant for me that's happening for me. I was in like a very depressed state when I made that song. I didn't know, like, just questioning myself every morning, just like, man, is this gonna actually happen for me? Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna see the other side of the fence? So that's why around that time I went and got this tattoo across my face. It says Destin, just to let myself know as a daily reminder, like, nah, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Like every day, like I know that I'm chosen. I'm gonna win. Can't nobody like take that from me. So that's pretty much what that song means. Just like we all got our own journeys, but your journey don't got nothing to do with mine, and you can't take nothing from me. And I'm gonna go to where I'm headed, no matter what.
I hear that 100%, man.
Yeah.
Well, like going through depression, I feel like we all struggle with depression, right?
Yeah.
So how do you pick yourself up out of that?
Man, it really depends, man. On the type of depressed, cause it's like.
True.
I ain't got no goddamn money in my pocket depressed.
Yeah.
That one hit crazy. Then you got and around that time, that's just more so like mental depression. I think in those times, what usually helped me is just like beating it off. Whoa, crazy.
I was about to say, damn, that's wild, but I feel you.
Okay. Like move it, like. But what I mean by that, crazy. What I mean by that though is like just words of affirmation and just staying positive in those moments and knowing that like like your mind really playing tricks on you and just like it's the devil. I don't want to call it the devil, but it's just negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Just think positive, think through it.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that, man. Now with you being an artist, a producer, a content creator, like which passion came first?
Probably rapping. I was rapping first. And then I started like just out of like, cause I never been like a super social guy. And needing like cover art and shit or like whatever, started getting on Photoshop, and that was like the early.
Got you.
Like I was doing that like 9th, 10th grade in high school, so that was like my early entry into like content creation or whatever. And then I got into producing recently, like 2 years ago. I feel like nobody really know me like I know myself, and the best way to articulate my thoughts or like bring them into fruition. I mean, like, yeah, fruition or like materialize them is just doing it myself a lot of times.
I feel that. Okay, respect. You know, so how long have you been on your musical journey? Because you've been doing your thing for a while, but how long officially?
Um, Man, officially, that's an interesting question. I'm gonna say like 2017.
That
I
was
was
a
just
good
like,
year.
yeah, it was.
Musically, anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when I got like super serious and was just like, this is my everything. That's when I doubled down on it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I don't believe in plan Bs, but
Feel you.
yeah, that's when I shifted my mindset to thinking like that. 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect. Like, at what point did you feel like, you know, that you maybe even got respect from your peers, or just like people started to like respect you as an artist?
That come in different ways and levels. So it's like,
True.
like I kept on rapping because like, you know, little niggas at school like, bro, your song hard. You know what I'm saying? Shit, cheeks, ass. But you know, at that time, it's just like those words are enough encouragement to keep going.
Absolutely.
So that meant a lot. And then like, I don't know, now it's like being in the studio with people I like, whose styles I mimicked, and like, you know what I'm saying? Like Big Sean is like somebody who I mirrored, I copied his style, and now I'm like really good friends with him. Just stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? And he being a fan of me, it's those things that be like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, life is crazy.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, now speaking of cosigns and things like that, I know you did your own twist to the Pastor Cavassier record.
Oh yeah, for
So,
sure.
you know, did Busta Rhymes see it? Like, what did
Yeah.
he say?
Yeah, well, he saw it and just like, yeah, he hit me in the DM and just like, it's fire or whatever. And I was just like, that's crazy.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
when I made it, it was like, the only thing, and it's probably dumb as fuck, but the only thing I wanted was for him to see it. Just like, I didn't give a fuck if it got 2 views and he was one of them and I was the other one. Like, I just wanted Busta Rhymes to know, like, see that I did a crazy ass video to one of his songs. So I was just super ecstatic. More so, my mom was going crazy because that's like her era. She like,
Yeah,
Bust,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, Busta Rhymes, like, God to her, you know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
Like, you know, on a rap wave. So yeah, she was tripping more than I was. But yeah, shout out Busta, man.
For sure, man. That's hard.
Yeah.
Who are some of your other goats?
Oh, so all right, I'm gonna name my top 5, no
I
order.
like that. I like that.
I'm gonna name
Yeah,
my
do that
top
for me.
5. All right, I already said Sean.
Yeah,
Sean just like,
of course.
being from Detroit, you know what I'm saying? That the generation I grew up in. I'm gonna say this one for last. You gonna be?
I know who you gonna say.
I'm gonna save it for last,
Okay.
but all right, Sean. Kendrick is my favorite rapper of all time. Future, Thug, and then 5 Bankroll Fresh, bro. Like, Bankroll is like everything. I take so many of that man flows. I feel like he didn't get to where he would have been, man. It sucks so bad, man. RP Bankroll Fresh. He's big influence on me, rap wise.
Absolutely, man. I was gonna ask you about that RP Fresh song, so I'm
Yeah.
glad you brought it up. I think, you know what's crazy, like, man, I was fucking with Fresh a long time ago, like,
Wow.
just, you know, just supporting him.
Yeah.
He the first one that let me pull up with a camera before
Wow.
people even respected what I was
That's
doing.
fire.
So I'm really glad to hear you say that.
Yeah.
Damn, like, yeah, we try to keep his name alive. We do like a Fresh Fridays post every Friday, so we try on our
That's
end.
fire.
So,
yeah.
You know, the RP Fresh record, man, I thought that was big. With you having the Detroit and Atlanta background, like, what was it about Fresh that made you gravitate towards him?
Bro, his flows, he just stood out so crazy to me. It's like, and I feel like everybody took his flows.
I feel
Like,
you.
you know, man, he had some of the craziest ones. Just thinking about ESPN, Real Trapper, like
Facts.
Danny DeVito. That Danny DeVito flow is so crazy to me. Like, he a pioneer. Like
I
I
agree.
said, he didn't get his just dues. It's a shame that he passed so soon, man. Yeah.
Did you ever get to meet him before?
You know, it's crazy. My step pops was actually friends with him, and he would come to the house. But I didn't know who he was at the time.
Got
I got
you.
into his music later. Then my stepdad was like, you know what I'm saying? What's the name that used to come around? I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. So yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's love and that's big respect, man. I think,
Yeah.
you know, like with Bankroll, he was so ahead of his time because, like, his songs
Super.
come on now and it just sounds like it just came out.
Man, what?
Yeah.
I still bump Fresh like crazy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Big respect, man. Now I know, you know, Kendrick being one of your favorite rappers.
Oh.
You know it's coming, and I'm
Yeah.
sure you know what you do in the press run. I'm sure people ask, but I
Yeah.
gotta ask you, what's your thoughts on the Kendrick and Drake rap? And only too, because in your record, the Cullinan Gang, you said.
Oh, I want more than
You said
that
what you
boy.
say?
I want more than that boy from the grassy. No cap. I do like that, and that's just like friendly competition. They got some whole other shit going on, but
Facts.
like, for me, it's just more so just like aspiring to be like where the people I look up to are at. You know what I'm saying? I want more than that.
Yeah.
I strive for that. So, but to answer your question about the they whole little situation, I think it's interesting. I think it's fun. I think it's super monumental for the sport of rap
I
and
agree.
hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It made stuff exciting again. Like this is something I feel like everybody is watching. It's like
Definitely.
I don't care if you 10, 12 or you goddamn 50. Like I feel like, and you a rap fan, it's like everybody was tuned into it. So I think it was super great for the sport of hip hop.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. When it comes to like rap beef, do you feel like things should be off limits, or just when it comes to rap beef, should it just be like fuck it, just whatever?
See, that's so crazy, right? Because the way I look at it, it's like we all human,
Yeah.
right? And I feel like neither one of them tried to step on each other's toes, but you never know what might offend the next person. So it's like I might let's just say this is gonna be a stupid ass analogy. I suck at analogies, but
Nah, you good.
let's say I push you, but it might feel like a slap to you. You know what I'm saying? So you might slap a nigga back, or you might ball up your fist and punch me, and then I might pull out my knife, and you might pull out your gun, and you just so forth and so forth. So it's like, me personally, I don't even feel like they intended for it to get that far. Like they say things that are suggestive or like insinuate that it wasn't even supposed to be like that crazy of a battle. You know what I'm saying? So it turned into some whole other junk, which was still exciting.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with it, but to answer your question, things off limit. If it get there, hey.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I think it's good for the sport. You know, at first I wasn't really feeling it, but
Yeah.
I recently just got a chance to like listen to both of them. Like, damn, like
Yeah.
it just bringing back that feeling that I once felt, like
Yeah.
about how music used to be.
Yeah.
You know, so I like it.
If I asked you one question,
Of course.
would you answer it?
Maybe you scared me. I don't know. What are you gonna ask?
I'm gonna ask you.
Okay,
Why are you gonna answer it?
I probably will. You
What?
answered my question, so I got you.
You gotta answer me. Okay, cool. What's your social security number? No, I'm posing. But what's
I'm like, whoa.
who do you got in that battle? Kendrick.
Okay, and see, and we was having this conversation earlier. I'm gonna say Drake, and this is why.
Okay.
I know, I feel you. I know. See, that's what. See, I know.
Yeah.
And this is why, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm not even the Drake girl. I love old Drake. But the only reason why is the harmonizing,
Yeah.
But Kendrick saying a lot of shit. I just love it. I just love it.
Right. Okay.
Who
I
you
think
got?
it. Hey man,
Since
say
you asked me
man.
and put me on the spot. I got people looking at me crazy.
I got Drake Dritch. I got Drake Lamar. I don't know. I can't pick.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's
It is
tough. Yeah.
I'm only gonna give it to Drake because I'm harmonizing this shit, man.
Right.
I'm like, goddamn Drake, goddamn.
No, I feel you.
You know?
Yeah.
How do you feel about AI being used? Because you know Drake did use the Tupac and
Yeah.
Snoop. How do you feel about
That's
it?
hilarious because he did it on some troll shit, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a super troll myself, so I loved it. But
Okay.
AI is so weird, bro.
It is weird to say all this.
But it's fire at the same time because it's like I be thinking about like I hate re-recording. Or for instance, like I hate re-recording songs.
Yeah.
Sometimes I delete sessions and I just be wishing like I could just type that shit over and like it go back in there. But then you got stuff like where niggas is faking niggas' voices and you don't know what's real and what's not. So it's like
get tricky.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. I don't know. I don't know. I fuck with it though. I fuck with just advancements in technology. Period. So I'm pro AI.
Okay. Interesting. All right, so let's move into the Atlanta and Detroit conversation.
For sure.
Lifestyle differences from both, man. I've been to a lot of places, still have not been to Detroit, and I'm from
Really?
the Midwest, man. So tell
Where you
me,
from?
I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Wow,
I know,
that's
man.
right there.
I-
Yeah,
Don't ask me why, but
that's crazy.
So tell me what's some differences, Atlanta, Detroit.
I feel like they both are like super prominent as far as culture,
Facts.
but just like totally separate. Like they have their own unique identities. That's one thing that stood out to me. And then you got simple shit like weather, which I fucking hate. Like I live in Detroit, but the weather is just crazy. It's like,
Man.
yeah,
Midwest shit.
yeah, you know. There's I think the main thing though is like culture to me. It's like down here niggas talk a certain way. It's like
True.
you could then point out an Atlanta nigga in like a if 10 niggas stood up, it's like I probably could point them out just from looking at him, a nigga from Atlanta. And if I can't, if he say a few words, I'ma know. You know what I'm saying? Like so there's that with Atlanta, and same with Detroit. It's like I feel like they carry themselves a certain way. Niggas gonna have on some buffs or something, or like Cartiers, or, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, the culture.
I hear that. And not that I feel like people care, but do people ever criticize you for not sounding like typical Atlanta or typical New York or
Detroit? Nah, not really. I think more so it work in my favor. I get a lot of praises.
Got you.
I'm kind of glad I grew up in Atlanta because like my taste palette is a little bit more different and eclectic than the average Detroit artist.
I feel that.
So yeah, there's a lot more there. And people tend to appreciate it, and that's like usually one of the first things they say. Like, I didn't even know you was from Detroit because you don't even really sound like it, or like those type things. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just make me stand out.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you 100%. What's your thoughts on the BMF series, or are you a TV guy or not?
I don't really be watching TV. I love the first season though. Like I watched the first season.
Yeah.
I loved it to death. You know what I'm saying? My boy Charles, man, crazy. Yeah, I gotta catch up on it.
Okay.
I gotta catch up on it.
Respect.
Actually, bro, 50, if you ever watch this, you told me you was gonna put me in it, bro.
Oh, wow.
You told me you was gonna put me in acting, bro. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy.
I feel like they could definitely fit you in there, man, or some other stuff.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you next, man. I feel like, whenever I turn on Tubi, I fuck with Tubi. A lot of people talk shit about Tubi, but I like it. It's a lot of Detroit-based movies on the app. Would you ever act?
Nah, definitely. That's something I super want to get in.
Definitely.
I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it or not, but we working on like a show.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? I do like a lot of sketch comedy.
You do,
just like in my free time. So I think that's just me like planting the seeds for future, because that's something I definitely want to venture off into. Yeah, so acting for sure. Tubi is crazy though. Like, yeah, there is a big Tubi scene in Detroit. I don't know what's going on. It's like
I get on Tubi, it's in Detroit.
the Detroit movie, it's crazy. I don't know what's going on with that. But shout out to like the independent filmmakers, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. So when we talk about artists from Detroit, man, I like a lot of Detroit artists. I think Cash Doll might be one of my favorites.
Cash is fire.
Man.
Shout out
I'm
Cash.
gonna just bring up some names and you just tell me what's the best advice or best game that you got from them directly, indirectly, okay?
Okay.
So you mentioned Big Sean, so let's talk about him.
Big Sean, we have a lot of the conversations we have, because I asked him for a lot of advice whenever we just sit in the studio.
As you should.
The biggest thing I took from him, like, is, he was just telling me about this thing just like burning out from working so hard. He's saying like at this level, because he did it too, like he had to work because he was trying to get his foot through the door. And he's saying that's cool, but take some time to like assess your life and like not neglect the things that really do matter. Like, not saying rap doesn't matter, but like, and I find myself doing this. I'd be so caught up in just like that next step that I might not talk to my grandma as much as I want to, or like check in on my brothers or my family. So that was something that like really stood out to me that he said, that we talked about.
I respect that, man. I like the record that you and Icewear Vezzo got. So,
Thank
what's
you.
some game that you learned directly or indirectly from him?
Vezzo told me like face problems head on. That was the best advice I got from him. It's like, and I'm a person, I'm a person, if you piss me off or you rub me wrong, I just won't talk to you and I'm gonna just turn my back, and it's just like, it is what it is. And he was more so being like, as a man, just like address certain things and just like face the problems head on, you know what I'm saying, and fix those issues, which I have an issue with. So yeah, that's the best advice I got from Vez.
Respect, man. What about Royce the 5'9"?
Man, so many gems, so many jewels.
I bet.
Let me think, man. He talked to me about so much. I probably got I probably got the ideology of if there's a will, there's a way from him. Just like having like unrelentless, having like just being relentless and striving for my goals and not seeing any problems, like not creating problems, removing problems, because there's always a way, as long as you believe there's a way. I actually started directing and editing my videos because of him. He was like, I was like, man, I need this. I remember sitting in the studio one day and I was just like, man, I need this for the video. I need this. I need this. And he's like, no, you don't. You like, you got a camera, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, oh, you're right. You know what I'm saying? So that changed my mindset. Just like, if you want it, you'll make it happen.
Respect, man. Lastly, man, one of the GOATs, Eminem.
Marshall has taught me, without even knowing, like just subconsciously, work ethic. Like he sits in the studio, and mind you, this is a 50-year-old man. To this day, he's probably at the studio right now. Like he goes religiously from 9 to 5, like it's an actual job. He's not coming in no later, and he's not leaving no sooner than that. So how hard working he is like super inspiring to me, and it let me know like this is what it takes to be one of the greats. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. And you know, one thing that I thought was dope about you, just watching your interviews and stuff like that. I love how you want to make a name for yourself outside of who you're connected to.
Right. Yeah.
But we got to bring up the fact.
Yeah, for sure.
Your dad is Proof.
Yeah.
You know, you were 7 years old when he passed away, right?
Yep. 7. Yep.
Did you realize what that meant at the time? Like, how did you like wrap your head around that?
I didn't until I got older, bro. I vividly remember just staring at 50 Cent the entire funeral, cause like he was like this character that was just bigger than life to me, and just like me not really knowing what's going on around. It's like I see my mom very frustrated and upset, my uncle holding me, but I didn't really get it, and I think that's like. Yeah, 7 is like, I don't know how developed your brain is or how many memories, like what you keep as a memory at 7. And then like, this is like peak grind time. Like my father was always working at this time too. So like the memories are, is it scarce or scarce? Scarce. This is whatever.
Scarce.
Yeah. So it's not much for me to remember like that. So it's kind of like hard to have an emotional attachment to it until I got older and realized like, oh, this is where having a father, like me, this what it means here, or this is where I should have a father, or this is the guidance I'll be getting from him. My mom kind of had to be like both of my parents in a sense. I had a great stepfather too who passed, but you know what I'm saying? So it took me to get older to realize like what my father meant to me.
Got you. Now we've had different celebrity children here do interviews. We had Future's son,
wow,
Monica's son, these kids, Angie Stone's son, and Jeezy's son. But one thing that they always say is like being a child of celebrity is not easy. So talk about that for you. Like, how is it for you?
It's so interesting. I don't know. I feel like it's like it works sometimes and then it doesn't. It's like my dad touched a lot of people on a personal level. I don't think my dad got, like in comparison, like I don't think my dad got his flowers or got as famous as the other people. So they probably have a whole different experience than I do.
Okay.
A lot of kids I grew up with, they kind of weren't familiar with my dad. Some might have been.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my experience was a little bit different, but like back home, it's like my dad is like regarded as just like, you know what I'm saying? He's one of them ones. He's a legend. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's a lot of people who had personal connections with him in this world too. So I don't really know how to answer that question.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
My fault.
No, you're good. And again, like I just respect you trying to make a name for yourself outside of who you connected to. I respect that, man.
I think it's important. But I also think there's a line between like, cause I think lineage is great. I think legacy is great. I think continuing that is great.
Feel you.
I hate that it's frowned upon. I was talking to somebody about this. I hate that it's frowned upon that in hip hop to be like, or maybe I'm projecting. I might be projecting because I think
what you gotta say.
Because I think being a rapper's son is corny. Just like overall, just like the thought of it.
Okay.
By the masses and people is just like. You get wrote off. It's like whatever. This nigga rap because his dad rap or whatever.
Type shit, yeah.
But Damn, I forgot where I was going with that. Damn, what was I saying?
We was talking about just like
My
the
fault.
lineage. No, you good. Like
Oh
the lineage.
yeah. I think it's important, man, to like. It took me growing to learn, like, don't shy away from that.
Facts.
That's
I feel
something.
that too.
That's something that I should take pride in and be proud of. Like, not many people have that blessing or have that connection.
True.
And like I said, he didn't. I also feel like there's a sense of fulfillment on his end, probably too. I don't know, but like I'm getting to do some of the things he probably didn't get to do and reach heights that he probably didn't get to do that he wanted to do. So it's like it's probably a crazy win for him to see his son start to do some of those things. You know what I'm saying? And venture off into a solo career.
100%.
Yeah.
And like, you know, being raised by a mom, like, you know, I feel like a lot of people come from single parent households.
Yeah.
Like, how is it from your perspective? When did you find yourself as a man, as an individual, you know, being raised, even though you did have a stepdad, like,
Yeah.
when did you find yourself?
When did I find myself as a man? I didn't feel like I was one until probably till I got my first apartment. Like I was 20. I was 20, got my first apartment, and then that's when like sense of responsibility kicked in. It's like nobody's taking care of me. I'm out here in the world though. So like they had moved to Florida and I stayed in Atlanta.
Got you.
Moved to an apartment on Marietta Street or whatever, and yeah, so it was a whole different ball game. I had to like quickly put those skills that they instilled in me to use. You know, terrible, but yeah.
For sure. I got you.
Yeah.
So, what does your name mean? And also before too, do you still go by Loner as well? Or
Nah, that was just
Okay.
that was my Instagram and Twitter handle for a long time. I hate that you brought that up.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm cringing. Yeah, so no, you're cool. You're cool.
Okay.
Nah, it's just NASAAN. My name doesn't really even mean anything. It was a compromise. It actually means where in Filipino. So typing my name in on anything be annoying as hell because where is so common as a word
Yeah.
in that language. So I be having to dig through stuff to find stuff about myself sometimes on Twitter. But my name really was a compromise. My father wanted to name me Nasir after Nas. And then my mom wanted to name me Hassan. So they kind of just put them two together and made NASAAN. Yeah.
That's tight. I like that, man. So are you signed? Are you independent?
I am very much signed. I
Okay,
am very
cool.
much signed.
Congratulations, man.
It's so funny. I want to speak on that too, cause I'm hip to the notion that I feel like when people know you sign, they kind of like stop championing you. But my manager was kind of telling me like, bro, nah, show niggas like the grind from point A to B that it's not, cause this is my second time being signed.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah,
This is my second time being signed, and I think a lot of, like I said, I think the notion with a lot of kids is once you get signed, it's off to the races.
Yeah.
When it's more so like, now you in the NBA, you got drafted, now you in the NBA, but now you have to make a name for yourself. You got to become a starting player. You got to like put points up on the board or whatnot. So yeah, I wasn't gonna tell people that, but now I want people to know like I'm signed, and I have like however many. Go check today and see how many followers I have, so and then watch the grind. Like I had to put in a lot of hard work myself. Like I'm still editing and directing my videos. I want this shit bad, so I'm gonna make it happen. So yeah.
I love it. Yeah, well, my question you didn't even get to answer, but I was just gonna say, you know, being independent to sign to back, independent to sign.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? That's a lot of learning lessons I can only imagine.
Definitely. It's like that first thing. I feel like the universe don't make mistakes, man.
Absolutely not.
I feel like that first signing for me, even though it was a great experience, it was just an experience. It was a learning experience. It was for me to learn for when I actually do get a situation on my own, like how to navigate it, if that makes sense. Just like the do's, the don'ts, what makes sense, what don't make sense, how things should be ran, what this look like, what that's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? All these things. So I think I'm well equipped now. So, yeah.
I dig that, man. So what does success mean to you as an artist, as a rapper, as a creative?
Success to me, for me, like, yeah, because that's subjective to the person.
For
like,
sure.
For me, it's just like influencing a generation of kids to like, one, be yourself. You you know what I'm saying, through whatever medium, whether in the physical form, online, whatever that look like. Just like don't compromise or conform for anybody. Don't give a fuck. And then two, knowing that like everything, I feel like I'm trying not to be deep and shit, but like I feel like the universe works mentally, and if you know that,
Facts.
anything can happen for you. So it's like put your mind in shit, and it could go. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid who was signed to Def Jam, fell back flat on my face. I restarted my Instagram, everything, moved to a whole new city. PPP was running out. You know what I'm saying? Went up north, and I just had a dream. It's just like I was waiting on niggas to hand me stuff, and I realized that's not how life worked. I started directing and editing videos day after night, day after night, day after night. Atlantic reached out, and so it's like now we seeing the very beginning of my journey now. You know what I'm saying? Televised. So yeah, anything can happen.
For sure. What made you cut your hair?
Whoo, man, just a reset. It's
Yeah.
like, and that shit was, I looked homeless or like dirty. So I just wanted to,
At the J. Cole's?
yeah, I had to start over, man. Fresh new start, new person.
I did that.
Just like refinding myself, relearning myself.
I hear that, man. This upcoming project, man, Era 404.
Yeah.
Inspired by both Atlanta and Detroit.
Yep.
That's tight, man. Let us know some expectations, some features, production. I know you producing a lot on there. So
Yeah, I produced like half of it.
that's tight.
My
What
dog.
can we expect, man?
Just great music. I made this music like right after coming off tour with Gia and Smino and my dog Suave. So a lot of it is reflective of that time period where it's just like I wanted to hear like headbanging music a lot. So it's a tape. For me, I tell people all the time, like, this is my what. It'll be like signs of like what I am, like what to expect from the sign sonically and visually. Not so much the who. That'll be like the next project, if that makes sense. I want to, you know what I'm saying, getting more into my story and who I am. So yeah.
Okay. What's the significance of the stickers?
Oh yeah. So long story short story. Long story short story. Long story short story. The significance is like, so basically Era 404 is this tech company I've created, metaphorically, just for like, I'm world building. If that, so stay with me. I'm world building. Era 404 is this tech company that I'm playing this kid who's trying to get into it. The insignia of a kid who's made it into this tech company is this cardigan. So like when people go rewatch the Go To video, that's what we were fighting for. That's why it's like all of us in the bleachers without the cardigans, and then it slowly people start fading away till you just see just me, which means I made it into the company. And the stickers just signify being employee of the month at the company.
Okay, that's lit. That's lit. That's what's up, man. So our platform is called the Progress Report. And, you know, our keyword is progress. So I want to ask, like, how have you progressed lately as a person?
As a person, I've just learned myself more, and just being more accepting of who I am and not what I wanted to be. I think that's where a lot of kids mess up. They have this idea of what cool is, or like what the ideal version of them is, versus just looking in the mirror and just like being like, oh, okay, I understand myself. I think I'm a kid who fully understands himself now, and I think that's a lot of progress. It takes people decades to figure out who they are, I feel like. So that has been like my most progressive, you know what I'm saying, attribute about myself, I feel like, in recent times.
That's tight, man. Well, yeah, this was a dope conversation, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Keep working. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let them know your social media and all that good stuff.
My name is NASAAN. You can follow me at NASAAN on everything. That's NASAAN. NASAAN. Brother.
That's show.
The Progress Report.